Hello. So today we are going to perform Darcy-Weisbach friction factor. So this is the setup of Darcy-Weisbach friction factor, or to determine the Darcy-Weisbach friction factor of a given pipes, or to determine the major losses through given pipes. So this is the setup of friction factor. So in this setup, so there are three different pipes we are using. So this is the three different pipes in which are parallel to each other. So this is the this is the one pipe, which is a small pipe. We can say small pipe, medium pipe, and large pipe. So these are three different size pipes. So in some cases, in some setups, they are using different material. So like aluminum, stainless steel, copper. They are in some setups they are using different materials. Here we are using different size. So this is the, we can say, small pipe, medium pipe, and large pipe. So small diameter of this small pipe is 15 mm, means 0.015 meter. So small pipe's diameter is 0.020 meter and large pipe is 0.025 meter. If we know diameter of this pipe, we can calculate area of these pipes. So length of pipe between two tappings. So these are the tappings. We can say tappings. We kept constant. So length of pipe between two tappings from here to here, here to here. This is we kept constant. That is 1.5 meters. So length of pipe between two tappings is 1.5 meters. So here we are using different size. In some cases they are using different materials. So friction factor depends upon length of pipe, material of pipe, and size of pipes. So, and this is the U-tube manometer. So these tappings which are connected to U-tube manometer. So suppose this tapping is connected to, all tappings are connected to U-tube manometer. Suppose we are taking a reading of any one pipe. Suppose we are taking reading of this large pipe. So tapping of large pipe must be open. Suppose this tapping and this wall should be open. Other tappings should be closed. So pressure of these tappings are connected to this U-tube manometer. So this pressure we came to know here in U-tube manometer. So difference of this, in this U-tube manometer, there are mercury as well as water. Mercury as well as water. So difference, and there is a scale also. So difference between mercury, we can say X1, X2, H1, H2, whatever you can say. So difference between these two levels, we will multiply by 12.6. So difference into 12.6, we will get differential pressure rate. So differential pressure rate, what we can say HF. Whatever we say differential pressure rate. So in this manometer, we came to know differential pressure rate. So this is the measuring tank. So we can calculate the length into width. So length into width. This is the measuring tank which is connected to piezometer tube. So there is an outlet wall here. So measuring tank. Use of this measuring tank is to calculate the actual discharge. So
Start.
So use of this measuring tank is to calculate the discharge. So discharge we can say Q. So suppose this pipe is open. So when we will take a reading of this large pipe, so here we get differential pressure rate, we can say HF, and here we came to know actual discharge. So cross sectional area we know the cross sectional area of this pipe, and when we will close this wall, so water will rise from this tube, isometric tube. So we can take time. So we can calculate time for a certain height, or we can keep time, or we can calculate height. So this height, if we know height, suppose wall, suppose we kept height of this measuring tank 50 mm. So we calculate the time for rising a 50 mm height. So we calculate actual discharge. So cross sectional area of this measuring tank, suppose 0.5 meter into 0.35 meter. So 0.5 into 0.35 we will get volume. Area of this pipe. So area of this pipe will be 0.5 into 0.35 means 0.175 into this height. So height we will take 10 mm, या तो 10 mm, 15 mm, 100 mm, 200 mm, whatever you want. So here we take 50 mm. 50 mm means 0.05 meter. So 0.175 into 0.05 we will get volume, and divided by time, whatever time will require for to rise 50 mm of water in this measuring tank. So that time you divide in volume. So volume upon time we will get actual discharge. Here we get actual discharge, and here we will get differential pressure. So we know the diameter of this pipe. So diameter of this pipe is in large pipe is 25 mm, means 0.025 meter. If we know the diameter, we can calculate cross sectional area of this pipe. So cross sectional area of this pipe, pi by 4 into d square. So we can calculate area of this pipe. So if we know area and actual discharge, we can calculate velocity. This actual discharge upon cross sectional area of this certain pipe. So we will get velocity of this pipe. Then with the help of this actual discharge and velocity, we can find friction factor F of a given pipe. So friction factor F equal to 2 GD upon 4 LB square. 2G, we know the value of G, into D, we know the diameter of this pipe, into HF, that is the differential pressure head of this manometer. HF we know, upon 4 into L, that is the length of pipe between two tappings. So that is 1.5 meter we know. This into V velocity also we know. So velocity is square. So 2 GD HF upon 4 LB square. Just to calculate it, we will get friction factor F of this pipe. So for second reading we can take how we will take. So we change the pressure. So we can change pressure here or here. We can change pressure means whether you increase or decrease. If you will change the pressure, x1 x2 means difference between the difference of this manometer will change, and time will also change for same height, or for same time height will change. So here we will get again a discharge Q and differential pressure H. So same way we can repeat the readings 2, 3, 4, whatever you want, and then we can take average of this large pipe. So next pipe, to take a reading of next pipe, what we will do? We will open second pipe, and then first you open the next pipe and then close the first pipe. Open pipe which is open, that you close, and firstly open the pipe walls which you want to take a reading. Then same procedure, open this tappings, remove the bubbles which are in these tubes. So for removing air bubbles, use these tappings. If you will open these tappings, air bubble will remove, then close the tapping. Same procedure, you take manometer reading, left side, right side, whatever we can say x1, x2, yeah, h1, h2, yeah, whatever you want. So take the difference of this manometer reading, we will get differential pressure head. So this difference into 12.6, we will get differential pressure head, HF, we can say HF. So we are going to multiply 12.6 into difference. So you know why we are multiplying this 12.6 into this difference. So here there is a mercury as well as water in this manometer. So specific gravity of mercury minus specific gravity of water. So 13.6 minus 1, it will be 12.6. So 12.6 into this difference, we will get differential pressure. So same procedure, here we will get time, and we can calculate discharge Q. Here we will get differential pressure head, and same procedure we can calculate the velocity discharge upon cross sectional area of this same pipe. So we will get velocity, and with the help of this velocity and diameter and cross sectional area of these pipes, we can calculate friction factor F. Same we can repeat with different pressure. We can take 3, 4, 5 readings, whatever you want, and you can take average of that 3, 4, 5, whatever you took that readings, you can take average. And next, next same procedure. So next pipe, you open that next pipe and close the first pipe which are open. So same procedure, you take manometer readings and time also, so of measuring time. So here we will get same actual discharge and differential pressure. Same way we can take different readings of varying different pressures, and we can calculate different friction factor of a given 3 pipes.